got this Charizard 151 going up for 225, right? Yeah. My boy Ricky. Here you go, Ricky.
Yeah. Collecting Pokemon cards. I've completely retired. I've completely put the idea of opening packs, opening boxes, ETBs, UPCs, you name it. I'm done collecting Pokemon cards.
What's going on, YouTube? Slimrit6 back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you guys the story of how I got cooked collecting Pokemon cards. Now, I recently posted a video that got a lot of engagement and also had a couple of reactions done.
Prepare for trouble.
Make it double. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Team Rocket Joey. Yes, sir. So today, guys, we have a victim of the hyper shill culture on YouTube. Let's all give a good round of applause for Slimrit6. Let's do a prayer one time for our fallen hobbyist.
Virgin Gang, hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. We're going to get back into regular content here a little bit. Wanted to get my opinion about something I saw. I was browsing the YouTubes, right? Was getting ready to watch something, looking for something to all de-stress on. Saw a video by Team Rocket Joey, good homie. He had a video where he put out where he was talking about another creator's video. It was by Slimrit6. And the video essentially was breaking down their woes with modern Pokemon cards, basically falling into a lot of the pitfalls that happened lately, where people overspend, people get caught up in hype, people spend a lot of money on prismatic evolutions, overspending a card.
Let me tell you, when I go buy from them, I am negotiating down. All because you see, let's say this ETB at $100, it does not mean you are going to get $100. And that's pretty much what he's trying to run here, is because when he goes to the card shop and he opens these cards, right, and he gets, let's say, I don't freaking know, let's say he pulls a Giratina, right, from Crown Zeta, and it's a $200 card. Well, guess what? It's not a $200 card, because when you realistically go off and sell it, there are people that are going to undercut the current market value. If the market value for that card, let's say, is $200, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to put it at $190, $180, right? Or
So my goal today is to provide a vivid account and illustrate for you guys my journey collecting Pokemon cards from the beginning all the way to the end. You're going to experience with me the feelings of excitement, and then you're also going to experience with me the feelings of disappointment and regret as my time collecting Pokemon cards unfortunately drew to a close. So with that being said, make sure you like this video, comment, and subscribe.
I don't know who you are. I don't even know who I'm talking to.
So it all starts last summer with me going to Japan, and one thing about Japan is, like, if you're an anime lover, you like Pokemon, you like Dragon Ball Z, you know what I'm saying, you love video games, it's almost like an overstimulating environment, bro. This thing it's a monster of its own being in Japan. There's just so much going on. The Pokemon centers were packed. The energy is kind of like being at a 24/7 Pokemon convention. That's what it's like going to Japan. That's what it's like being in Japan, going through those stores. They also had a lot of card shops where you could just walk around and just kind of pick out whatever cards that you want. In America, it's not that many card shops. So in Japan, I'm actually buying Pokemon cards and Pokemon stuff, and it's a good conversion rate because, you know, USD to the yen. You know what I'm saying? So here I am at the Pokemon Center. I'm just looking at the Pokemon cards, just picking up like random booster packs. And in Japan, a pack of Pokemon cards is $1 in US money. So in US, a pack of Pokemon cards is like $5, $6, $7 on the average. In Japan, every pack of Pokemon cards is like $1.10. Even though each pack only has 5 cards, $1.10 sounds a lot better than $5. So in Japan, I'm like loading up on Pokemon cards, you feel me? And it's so crazy that I come back a second time. My first trip to Japan is so fire. I come back a second time because I'm like, this is a place where you gotta spend an extended amount of time. and I'm in Japan just looking at video games, Nintendo 3DSs, PS Vitas, whatever it is, you name it, you feel me? You can look in the case, you see all those game systems. This place is like a gamer's paradise, an anime lover's paradise. It's also very peaceful, very safe, and it was just great vibes all around. Now, I go to these towns called Akihabara and Denden Town in Osaka, and they got these. This right here might have been Akihabara. It's like a computer city, retro video game scene. Nah, this ain't Akihabara. This is the middle of Shinjuku or Shibuya, or one of them. But look, in Japan they got these amazing card shops, and it's just like all these slabs. These are all Japanese slabs, PSA, just like in America. And I'm just seeing all this stuff, and it's just like crazy. I'm like, wow, they got crazy stuff in Japan. So I'm buying some of this stuff, but I wasn't buying like the premium stuff. I was buying like regular, maybe like some light full arts, maybe some EX cards. I wasn't getting like the slabs or nothing, but it kind of developed a hunger. I developed a hunger to have Pokemon cards. So I come back to the United States and I need to find Pokemon cards all of a sudden. It's like before I didn't care, but now I need Pokemon cards. So the hunt begins, literally. Alright, so this is what I'm trying to show y'all. When I come back from Japan, this is like my literal haul right here, you feel me? I got like 2 Nintendo 3DSs. I don't know if you can see, but there's a booster box under them Pokemon cards. I got 2 3DSs, 2 PS Vitas, tons of games. I got a Beta Nape shirt, you feel me, that I was wearing in that other video. I didn't even intend to do that. And then I got a bunch of Pokemon cards. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, let me know if you can see that. Got a bunch of Pokemon cards in the corner, man. So yeah, I got me like a stack of Pokemon cards while I was out there in Japan. You feel me? I don't think I was able to go through it on the video, but you can see the yen on there. You can see the Pikachus, the Charizards. You feel me? And they're actually all like very mid cards. They're mad cheap though, but I thought they were nice. You feel me? It was like my first Pokemon cards. I don't really care about nothing. It's just like that. I think that turned out to be like $3, like 700 yen. It wasn't much at all, 90 yen. Like I'm just picking stuff up. It's fun, like shiny cardboard. You feel me? It wasn't even none of the crazy stuff. But I was just enjoying myself, and it was the most fun that I ever had. So naturally, when I get back, it's like, yeah, I need some Pokemon cards. You feel me? So this is literally everything I took back home with me from Japan. As you can see, I have a problem. Alright, so these are the cards that I bought while out in Japan. First, let's just take a look at some of the booster packs that I got while I was out there. So let's do that first. And it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. So first and foremost, we're just gonna look at these right here. The Prismatic Evolutions. These have not come out in America yet. And there was a limit of only 2 per person, so I had to get in line 2 times just to buy that. And I'm looking for the other pack of it that I got with the Eevee on the front. Prismatic Evolutions, here we go. So I got 4 of these. This was the only thing expensive in Japan, 500 yen a piece for these, even at the Pokemon Center. So 4 of those came out to 2,000 yen, so $12 for 4 packs of this right here. But every other booster pack I'm about to show you is 160 yen. So watching that video, it's kind of easy to understand how I kind of got lost and caught up in what I was doing. So watching that video, it's actually amazing to see how little that I actually knew about what was going on. I was in Japan and I seen the hype. I experienced the hype for Terrestrial Festival before I even knew what it was. The hype for Prismatic in Japan in December, it was there before I even knew what it was. I was at the Pokemon Center, and at the Pokemon Center Japan, Tokyo, or Osaka, you could buy as much booster boxes as you want. You could buy as much Pokemon cards as you want. But the only item that was limited was that Terrestrial Festival. And I feel like that kind of made me feel like I need whatever's inside of this set. I need it. Like, I don't collect Pokemon cards. It was completely new to me. but I wanted to have those prismatic evolutions. So I get back home and I just start buying any type of Pokemon I could get my hands on. You feel me? Booster boxes, booster bundles, premium stuff, whatever. I'm just trying to get sealed Pokemon stuff. As the weeks go by, it wasn't a day that went by where I didn't wake up trying to figure out where to get more Pokemon cards, how to get more Pokemon cards. At this point, I'm locked in. I'm on Facebook Marketplace. I'm on OfferUp. If you got Pokemon cards, I'm buying it. If you got sealed product, I'm buying it. If you got singles, I'm buying it. I even made friends with scalpers. I became friends with a scalper to the point where he sold me a PlayStation 5, but that's a whole nother story. A PlayStation 5 Slim. So it was a scalper thing. But as you can see, I'm just accumulating cards, just constantly at card stores, constantly on Facebook, constantly hunting down 151 cards. And this is just the beginning, y'all. And then definitely got some cash, because the cash is going to make my experience a lot easier now. To add some nice slabs to my collection. I'm only collecting slabs. No booster packs. No nothing else. Just slabs. Just slabs. Just straight PSA. 8s and 9s. 151. Charizard. Blastoise. Venusaur. It's lit, man. Pokemon is back, baby. It's back. I'm going to get some footage on the inside.
Alright guys, it's your boy All the Day. We got this Charizard 151 going up for $225, right? So my boy Ricky. Here you go, Ricky.
What happened? Yeah.
Let's talk about collecting Pokemon cards. What you're holding versus what you're opening. Now, I made the mistake of opening my terrestrial festival. And quite frankly, I wish I never did that. I wish I kept my terrestrial festival sealed, man. My terrestrial festival was the best terrestrial festival there ever was. 5 boxes. Every secret rare that I pulled from terrestrial festival that wasn't that Umbreon Espeon, I could have put back in the box. I just been going around buying Pokemon like it's my job the last week. It's crazy. Went to a card shop and now I'm working. So at this point in my Pokemon card career, I have a great amount of sealed collection and I have a great singles collection, and I made great connections and I was able to get as much 151, as much Terrestrial Festival, as much Surging Sparks, whatever it was, right? And the mistake that I made was I didn't go into it with a business plan and truly treat it as an investment. I saw sealed product as an investment, but at the end of the day, something inside of me wanted to open the card. So like I wanted to open it. So over time, I just ended up opening everything and just keeping the singles, throwing out the bolt, throwing out the shiny bolt. I created a lot of trash and a lot of like just a huge mess recycling wise, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's where I was at that point, and I even got a job at a rip and ship. And the only reason I took that job at the rip and ship was to be closer to Pokemon cards and to be around Pokemon cards. And you could already guess from the owner what I do. I bought more Pokemon cards. I'm on my 7th box of Terrestrial Festival. It sounds like a cereal, but I'm on my 7th box of Terrestrial Festival. The cards you see down there, I ain't pull them. These is the cards I pulled from Terrestrial Festival. Roaring Moon, Terapagos, Iron Valiant, and Ogerpon EX. Where's the light? Pokemon is an addiction, bro. Pokemon is an expensive hobby. I just been buying singles and sealed product. Why now I'm only buying singles and sealed product, which I still feel like. So as you can hear there, you can tell that I know better. You can tell that I know not to open my sealed product. You know that I know it's an investment, but I just couldn't shake the gambling aspect of it, the addictive aspect of opening stuff. Like opening a box of Trash the Festival is like opening a box of candy or some shit, bro. Like I was hooked. I'm not gonna lie. This is the only thing I seen. Like that's the only thing I could think about was Pokemon cards, bro. It was Umbreon, like stuff like this, bro. This is the only thing I could see. Like this card was the most beautiful card I seen at the time. You feel me? And like the first day I had worked at the Rip and Chip shop, I opened 2 of these for the followers. So here I am at the Rip and Chip, and you could see me opening the packs on live on TikTok Live for the followers, man. And every night at this Rip and Chip, we did, especially during Prismatic, we did like 3,000-4,000 in sales every month. We were ripping through cases. So when I went back home and I was ripping my own stuff, it was hard for me to realize that it was the wrong thing to do. And mind you, I'm a 30-something-year-old grown-ass man, bro. But it's like, I'm ripping for a living at my job, you feel me? So it's like, I'll probably rip like 4 or 5 booster boxes for one person, bro. You feel me? It's just a gambling aspect on them ripping chips. Everybody's crazy. So I felt like I kind of inherited that same craziness when I get home from the rip and chip, because at the rip and chip, you're creating trash. You're throwing away the bulk. It's shinies only. It's hits only. And I adopted the same mindset. So the rip and chip kind of tainted my mindset when it comes to keeping stuff sealed, because I was ripping stuff, but I was ripping like literally my own money. Literally my own money, you guys. Rip and chip. And I'm just growing the collection. I'm grabbing ETBs. I found deals like this Lost Origin stuff. I got those for $40. The guy that I bought it from, he bought them for $20 on Black Friday at Target. He made 100% on the ETBs. I ended up selling 8 Lost Origin ETBs for $80 a piece, so I ended up making 100% on the Lost Origin ETBs. It's not all bad. Like it wasn't all doom and gloom. Like there's some stuff I put up on Marketplace and I got really good numbers for it. So it's not all like negativity, you know what I'm saying? But eventually at this point I have like all the terrestrial cards, and now Prismatic's out. I opened a lot of Prismatic Evolutions, and I needed that God pack. I needed that English Umbreon, that English Sylveon, Vaporeon. I start going to conventions. It starts getting even more heavy, and I start going heavy into 151 around the same time I'm going heavy into Prismatic. And you know, the collection was looking good, and I ain't gonna lie, that's all I could think about. I wasn't even really thinking about like how much I was spending and how much I dumped into this. So yeah, when they come out with Prismatic, by this point, this is what my ETB wall looking like. At this point I probably had like 30 or 40 ETBs just stacked up, booster boxes, binder collections, just whatever it is, you name it, booster boxes, whatever, bro. Like I was going insane with the Pokemon, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted that God pack, so I opened all of my Prismatic. All of it I opened. So I got a bunch of ETBs right here, and I'm just trying to pull 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 SIR cards, and hopefully I can save an ETB or 2, you know, for the long run. Without much more further ado, let's get into it. So I end up opening 8 ETBs, and I pulled the Umbreon Master Ball. That was like a $450 card at the time. Now it's worth like $250, but that's all I pulled out of 8 ETBs. That's it. So at this point, it's probably around December or January. I opened 8 Prismatic ETBs. I didn't pull any of the chase cards. I only pulled maybe the Auger Pond Mask card, but I didn't pull no type of chase cards. You feel me? No Umbreons, no Vaporeons, all that. I had the terrestrial ones, but it's like I needed the prismatic ones, so I had to make more investments in order to really fulfill my Pokemon collection and get it to where it needed to be. You feel me? So throughout this time, I continued to collect Pokemon cards, and it's important to note that I was also opening a lot of stuff on YouTube to make content as well, so it's like it's not all a loss. So yeah, time goes on, and I eventually end up getting all of those prismatic cards. I ended up getting a couple of them on eBay using Authenticity. The rest of them I found in my local area on Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp, and I had them all, and you know, I still wasn't content. I still wasn't satisfied. I still had that empty feeling, and there I was.
That's 900. This is 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1,000 right here. There's 1,100. I'm gonna sell you.
So at the end of the day, I ended up amassing pretty much all of the cards that I had wanted to collect. Everything that I set out to accomplish as far as like acquiring rare Pokemon cards, rare singles, I got them all. The Umbreon, the Espeon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon, Leafeon, Glaceon, Sylveon, Cake Eevee, Eevee, Terrestrial Festival, Prismatic Evolutions, 151. I had like 3 Charizards. I had like 6 Venusaurs, 3 Blastoises. I had all the cards. Eventually I looked down and it was like, what am I doing? What can I really do with this? At some point, I had the collector's app. I scanned literally all of my cards, and everything came out to like 20K. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, I gotta move some of this stuff because I don't like having this much tied up in Pokemon. So the prismatic stuff, I pretty much broke even on that. I had an Umbreon VMAX, I sold that. That left me with like 13K in Pokemon cards left. I had some sealed product, I sold that. The Lost Origin I had, I made money on those ETBs. Some booster boxes went up a lot. I had some Scarlet and Violet booster boxes. Those went from like $120 to like $180. So I made money on the booster boxes that I hadn't sold. So it's not all negative. Where I ended up losing money was like the last 7,000-8,000 worth of cards. It just wasn't that rare, so I had to take a lot of cuts on a lot of stuff. I took a lot of hits selling those cards back to card shops because those weren't the desirable cards that everybody was after. The early cards that I had sold when I first started selling off my collection, those were the cards that retained a lot more of their value, so I didn't take as much of a loss on those cards. But overall for me, it's been a learning experience. This whole Pokemon endeavor has been a learning experience for me. I don't regret it at all. The L's that I took, I'm turning those into lessons. I could always jump back in at a later time and have a different approach with Pokemon, you feel me? And a different mindset. Maybe next time not have a gambler's mentality. You know, I was working at the Rip and Chip, and over there they tell you like, let's rip, let's rip, let's rip, let's rip. And that was the mentality. It was very wasteful, very consumerist. The people who'd jump in on the live and order from the Rip and Chip, they're opening like 2-3 boxes at a time, you know, going in, you know, and I kind of I had the same thing in my veins, just trying to get that rush from Pokemon cards, literally. And it became like a real addiction. I'm not gonna lie. It was all I could fixate on for a while. It was all I could think about. And at this point, I'm glad that it's over, and I'm glad that now I'm focused on my YouTube channel, focused on making content, focused on just taking care of myself. You know, waking up in the morning and jumping on Facebook Marketplace to see what new listings, who's posting Pokemon cards, who's posting video games or whatever, to see what I could go and get. I got tired of living like that, you know what I'm saying? Never being satisfied, always looking to the next thing, you know? And it just taught me like how to really be still and realize that there's a lot around me that needs to get done. And sometimes when you're always focused on the next thing, you can't see that it's work to do. There's work to do. You know what I'm saying? I was chasing pleasure. I was procrastinating. You know what I'm saying? But I learned my lesson, and I still love Pokemon. I'm gonna continue playing the video game, and in the future, if I decide that I want to continue or start back up collecting Pokemon cards, what I'm gonna do this time around is just invest in the sealed product and hold on to it long term and not open it. At the time I was collecting, I was getting 151 boxes for $75. Those boxes are like $180 now. So yeah, I got cooked. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching the video. Special thank you for Team Rocket Joey. Thank you to Team Rocket Joey and Opossum Bud and Kev that reacted to my video. I appreciate all of the engagement, all of the feedback, the comments, all of that. Slimmer6, man, I'm out.
What? But you can't do this to me.
I started this company. You know how much I sacrificed?
What's going on, YouTube? Slimmer6 back with another video, and in this video today I'm going to be showing you guys my Pokemon card collection, singles and slabs. Now, this all started in Japan 3 months ago. I'm walking through the streets of Kyoto, I'm walking through the streets of Tokyo, and everywhere you go you just see Pokemon card shops. You know what I'm saying? You go to the Pokemon Center, you can buy booster boxes in the Pokemon Center in Japan. $35 US gets you a whole booster box. So I come back home, I got a bunch of Japanese Pokemon cards. I already had like some sealed Pokemon card boxes already from before, but I never really opened anything. I actually didn't buy any singles till I was out in Japan. But then just actually getting those singles in Japan and then coming home and then opening cards. And fast forward 3 months and I done collected so much stuff. So I'm about to show you guys all of that right now. I got a bunch of singles out and then I got some graded slabs. So before we get to the singles, or before we get to the slabs, I'm gonna show y'all the singles. Let's get into it. So we're gonna start with this little pile right here. This right here is going to be the Charizards. And some other good art rares, including Roaring Moon that I pulled on the channel, Alolan Executor, Roaring Moon, bought those from the homie, Obsidian Flames Charizard, Infernal Rain Charizard, Charizard V Max. I should put that one on the front. Bam. So Charizard V Max. Nice. Next, I'm going to show you guys a lot of 151 cards that I'm pretty happy with. We got Alakazam on the front, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Japanese Charizard. This was a God pack. I pulled this on the channel. I got a bunch of Venusaurs, if you don't know, if you can't tell. Blastoise. So that was the 151. Here go the Terrestrial Festival. Sounds like a cake. I opened a lot of Terrestrial Festival. I was even working for like one of them ripping shippers. But I quit. I couldn't do the overnight thing. But I had access to a lot of boxes of Pokemon cards during that time. And I was able to get it for a little discount. So that kind of helped with the collection. Here's more Terrestrial Festival. I bought these as singles. All the evolutions. Crazy. One more time. Umbreon, Sylveon, Leafeon, Glaceon, Espeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Vaporeon, Eevee. Crazy. Battle partners. Crazy. Prismatic evolutions. Look how chunky that is. I opened 11 ETBs. But I bought these as singles. Umbreon Master Ball. Eevee Master Ball. Eevee Pokeball. I looked up, this card is 82 cents. It's crazy. Next, I'm gonna show you a Japanese lot of 151. Because I opened a lot of Japanese 151, and how that happened was I met someone who was selling boxes for $80, and I just kept buying boxes of 151 for $80. Japanese 151, heavy. This card's getting caught behind it, look. The whole Squirtle squad. Dragonair. Dragonair used to be one of them ones, I'm trying to tell you. And this is just Japanese 151, a lot of duplicates. I must say I probably opened at least 15 Japanese boxes of 151. Every box has like 3 or 4 hits in it. So that happened. Just English SIRs. For art rares, special arts. But wait, there's more. Just English. I don't even have top loaders to just keep everything, you know? So eventually, I want to start up like a little eBay store where I'm just selling singles. But this is all PC right now. This is all personal collection. This is all personal collection right here. Everything you guys just seen. It's all PC. Japanese cards that, oh, alright, I gotta go with those. These are all Japanese cards that aren't from either terrestrial or 151. They're just Japanese cards that I have. So as you can see, most of the Japanese stuff is either 151 or it's Terrestrial Festival. I don't have like other Japanese sets or battle partners. I showed the battle partners, but this is like my prize right here. The Umbreon, Espeon, Sylveon, Glaceon, Leafeon, Eevee, Vaporeon, Flareon, Jolteon. Beautiful cards. Look at some slabs. Sequential. Umbreon. That's like a grailed for everybody. Everybody wants Umbreon. Got that. Some vintage slabs right here. Here goes some 151 slabs. Charizard, Charmeleon, Venusaur, Blastoise, Venusaur. So two Blastoises, 2 Venusaurs, and a Charizard, and a Charmeleon. Bubble Mew. Another Bubble Mew. I was so happy the first day I got that. Leafeon. Sylveon. Surging Sparks Pikachu. Greninja. Pikachu. It is Suicune. So those are like some of my modern slabs. You know what I'm saying? That's probably where I have, I'd say a good little sum tied up in. I'd say I probably got about 3 just in that little pile right there. And then finally some vintage Ancient Mew. Dragonite. Fossil. Dark Dragonite. Team Rocket. Fossil Dragonite Japanese. So I got the English and the Japanese of that Dragonite Fossil. 1999 or 1997. Nice, beautiful. That's back when holographic was holographic. Entei from the movie Mewtwo. Vapey. Jolty. Flareon. Raichu. Lieutenant Surge Raichu, level PSA 4. Then a PSA 2 Venusaur. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like my whole Pokemon card collection. Now I did. Oops. Yeah, we put Dragonite on top. So yeah, that's my whole collection so far. And yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this. Like if I'm opening a little shop on eBay just to sell some of the singles, or if I'm gonna trade some slabs to get more stuff. But that's it for this video. I appreciate you guys for watching. Slimbert6 signing off.